Hello, welcome back to another coffee review. I am flying solo today. I'm actually out of state and I'm here staying in Tennessee, this nice place. And I brought, of course, some coffee with me. I've been wanting to do a review of this one ever since I started drinking it back in early February. This is from Black and White Roasters, which is in Raleigh, North Carolina. They're a very prolific roaster, award-winning. They do a lot of crazy stuff. And this is no exception. So this is a sampling of their coffee, The Future, which is a blend they do all year round, but they do special versions of it. And this was a chocolate-covered strawberries blend that you can take a look at here. And it really does taste like chocolate strawberries. If you read their notes, they say it's going to taste like ripe strawberry, Californian Cabernet, and chocolate ganache. So they want to make it sound extra special and fancy. But this is, it has been one of the best coffees that I have sipped and drank in a while. Actually, they did a Future back in around Christmas time that was, I think, a gingerbread sort of thing maybe. That was equally just delicious. So anyway, we're going to brew this up. So come along and join me. This blend is actually it's 40% Colombian coffee, 40% of a Kenyan coffee, and 20% of a Mexican coffee, and it just comes together beautifully. So let's take a look. So for today's brewing, I'm using this dripper, which is called the Jewel dripper from Verve Coffee. I have ground 15 grams. It is a very, I would say, medium to medium, probably just really straight medium grind. I use the Fellow Ode, and I put it one click under a 15. I know that's a little involved. Maybe you're not going that far, but it is a pretty medium grind here. A good place to start, right in the middle. And I am going to brew this with, Verve has a recipe that they use for pretty much all of their Jewel cups, and that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to do very simple. I'm going to hit the timer. I don't necessarily have to have the timer for this recipe, but we're going to use it because I like to. So what I'm doing now, I've got some water heated to about 204 degrees here using my kettle, and I'm going to just wet the grounds good, very well, get them up to about 50 grams, okay? Now, if you're at home and you don't have a scale, well, first of all, you can get one pretty cheap. I'd recommend getting a scale. If you really want to get into coffee hobbyism or whatever you want to call it, I'd recommend grabbing a scale. But we're going to let that bloom to about 40 seconds. And if you don't have a scale, you could just get your grounds really good and wet. And the Jewel actually has a line on the inside. We're at 40 seconds. Now I'm going to pour to 150 grams. If you didn't have a scale at home, you could do this recipe, and instead of going to 150 grams, you could just pour up to the line, which is basically what I'm doing, and then wait. And so I'm going to let it go to about 1 minute and 15 seconds. You could also let it go until you can almost see the bed of grounds at the bottom if you weren't using a timer. But again, if you want to be more precise, the timer is always a good plan. So we're at 1 minute 15. Now I'm going to do my second pour, another 100 grams up to 250 grams. Now, this is a 15 grams of coffee to 250 grams of water. That's what our recipe is here. So that's our, let's just top it off just a touch. 250 grams right there. So now we will let it drip. And then I'm going to take you on a little stroll with me outside in this beautiful country while we drink some good coffee. Well, man, beautiful country out here. This is Black and White's Future chocolate-covered strawberries. Let's have a sip. Now, I'll admit, this is not my first cup. It is my first today, though. Wow. That is a truly dynamic cup of coffee. I drink it black, nothing in there. You want to really taste what's in there. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm sure this would be amazing with some milk or cream, or maybe even a creamer if you wanted to go that route. But this is just a rich coffee. I mean, it is full of flavor. The moment it hits your tongue, it tastes like chocolate. To me, it tastes, they say chocolate ganache. To me, it tastes like a dark chocolate, if you like dark chocolate. Not as bitter, though. It's sweet. My brother was visiting last week, and I made him a cup of this, and he loves coffee, but sometimes I'll give him some of my specialty coffees. He's like, oh, that's not good because it's too strong or it's a little bitter. But he said, that's not bitter at all. It's delicious. Tastes like chocolate. And it really does. You know, you'll get a lot of coffees that say, well, chocolate notes. This literally tastes like there could be a piece of like high quality dark chocolate just melted in the bottom of the cup. And it's just brewed that way. It's amazing how they pull that off. And the red berry taste coming through. I mean, it is genuinely, they call it chocolate covered strawberry. And I don't think I've ever had anything as close to the taste of a chocolate covered strawberry. So I don't know if this one's available anymore. They do these specialties pretty much year round around events and holidays and things like that. So I would recommend it if you're interested in trying this out. They have a very interesting process where they put together these flavors. If you'd like to try out what they're doing, check them out, Black and White Roasters in Raleigh, North Carolina. I think I'm gonna take a little walk and enjoy the rest of my coffee.